So now, respected participants and the dignitaries of the day, now we are formally beginning the session. Very good afternoon to all and one present here on this platform. I, Anjali Shaukin, on the behalf of University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, welcome you all on the valedictory session of this 1 week faculty development program on the theme National Education Policy, a roadmap for future India. And it's our proud privilege to have with us Professor Mohammad Mia as a chief guest, Professor C.B. Sharma as a guest of honor, Professor Dhananjay Joshi, Dean, University School of Education, all the deans and directors of the university, my dear colleagues, and all the participants from various universities of the country. We are very grateful to have you all in this valedictory session. So before we formally begin the program, this valedictory session, I request our technical team, Paras and Radhika, to please play the Kulgeet of our university.
लाएंगे हम सच का सवेरा, गुरु कृपा का होगा बसेरा। विद्या की लो और लगन से हट जाएगा यह तम घनेरा। इस धरा से आसमां तक हम बना ले अपनी ज्ञान गरिमा। अपने श्रम से कौशलों से हम बढ़ा ले अपनी मान महिमा। फैल जाए अपनी सुगंध हर दिशा में, प्रगति पथ पर ख्याति अपनी हो हवा में। बादलों से ऊंची अपनी उड़ान, हम करेंगे विश्व का कल्याण। हम इंद्रप्रस्थ की अंजुमन, हम इंद्रप्रस्थ को करते नमन। पाले गुरु गोविंद सिंह की राह ज्ञान गंगा गगन। हट जाएगा यह दम घनेरा, लाएंगे हम सच का सवेरा।
Thank you, Paras and Radhika, for playing the beautiful Kulgeet of our university. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Professor Dhananjay Joshi, Dean, University School of Education and Director of this Faculty Development Program for the welcome address. And I also want to say that this event could not be possible without your continuous guidance, sir.
Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you very much for that. We are really grateful. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Respected
Yes, sir.
Mohammad Mia Sahab, respected C.B. Sharma ji, my colleagues from the Department of Education, University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, my dear students, our faculty members from different universities, participants from different universities, not only from India, but some of them from abroad also who have joined. लाएंगे हम सच का सवेरा. Have you heard the Kulgeet of our university written by Ashok Chakradhar ji? And after 20 years, we got this Kulgeet last year only, and it has been composed by Rajan Sajan Mishra ji, in which the whole reflection of our university you must have seen. आज हमारे लिए परम सौभाग्य का दिन है कि हमारे मध्य आज हमारे देश की शिक्षा के दो बड़े स्तंभ आदरणीय प्रोफेसर मोहम्मद मियां साहब और आदरणीय प्रोफेसर चंद्रभूषण शर्मा जी इस मंच, इस आभासी पटल, इस वर्चुअल मोड में हमारे सामने उपस्थित हैं। हम आपके सामने बहुत सर अपने को नतमस्तक पाते हैं, बिकॉज आपकी प्रेरणा से ही हर कार्य करने की ऊर्जा हमें मिलती है। यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ एजुकेशन अपना 13वां स्थापना दिवस भी मना रहा है। 11 नवंबर वाले दिन हम इसे मनाते हैं। और इस 12 ईयर की अगर 13 ईयर की अगर छोटी सी आपके सामने एक छोटी सी सूक्ष्म झांकी प्रस्तुत करूं, तो यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ एजुकेशन ने काफी महत्वपूर्ण कार्य किए हैं। और उनमें मेरे से पहले संकाय प्रमुख हैं आदरणीय संगीता जी, प्रोफेसर सरोज शर्मा जी और मेरे समस्त साथियों ने बढ़ चढ़कर भूमिका निभाई है। डॉक्टर शालिनी, डॉक्टर अमित और हमारी ऊर्जा से भरपूर डॉक्टर अंजलि। हम प्रयास करते रहे इस पैंडेमिक में भी कि कुछ नया करें, और हमेशा नया करने की प्रेरणा हमारे कुलपति परम आदरणीय पद्मश्री प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर महेश वर्मा जी से मिलती रही है। आज किसी कारणों से उनका सुबह फोन आया कि कहीं व्यस्त हैं, तो वो इसमें नहीं आएंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने अपना आप सभी को जो है प्रणाम बोला है और अपना नमस्कार दिया है। मैं चाहता हूं कि आज हम आपसे ही सुने, और ज्यादा मैं इस मंच से अपने विचार नहीं रखना चाहूंगा, क्योंकि हमने पिछले पूरे 7 दिनों में 14 से ज्यादा हमारे सेशन हुए हैं। और नई शिक्षा नीति, ये रोड मैप अहेड, जो ये राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति आई है, ये इससे क्या संदेश हमें मिलता है? क्योंकि मसला सिर्फ हमारे देश में नीतियों का नहीं है। हमारे देश में कहीं ना कहीं नीतियां बनती हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं क्रियान्वयन में अटक जाती हैं। तो मैंने अभी नई शिक्षा नीति वाले एक रेडियो प्रोग्राम में भी कहा था कि किसी शायर ने कहा कि तालीम का शोर इतना, तहजीब पर जोर इतना, बरकत जो नहीं होती सिर्फ नीयत की खराबी है। तो वो कैसे हमारी नीयत ठीक हो, कैसे हम अगले 30 वर्ष के लिए एक देश के रूप में, एक राष्ट्र के रूप में, एक नॉलेज अर्थव्यवस्था के रूप में पूरे विश्व के लिए कुछ कर सकें। और मुझे लगता है कि आप सब गुरुजनों का मार्गदर्शन आज हमें प्राप्त होगा। ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ एजुकेशन, आई अगेन वेलकम यू सर, और चाहता हूं कि आपका आशीर्वाद हमें मिले। ओवर टू अंजलि। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर गिविंग दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी। नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, sir, for such a warm welcome address. Really, it's a warm welcome. Thank you very much, sir. So moving further, now I would like to invite Professor Sangeeta Chauhan, ma'am. She is the senior most faculty of the department and the former dean, to kindly share the report of this faculty development program. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anjali ma'am.
Thank
A
you,
very
ma'am.
good afternoon and a very warm welcome to our patron and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Padam Shri Professor Dr. Mahesh Verma ji in absentia, Chief Guest Professor Mohammad Mia ji, former Vice Chancellor Maulana Azad National Urdu University, the guests of honor Professor C.B. Sharma ji, Professor of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, and former Chairman, NIOS. The participants of the FDP, my dear colleagues of the university, the affiliated colleges, the MEd and PhD scholars. I really feel privileged to present the report of the 7-day FDP organized by the University School of Education from October 25 to 31st October 2021 on the theme National Education Policy, a Roadmap for Future India. This FDP was so successfully organized and conducted under the inspirational patronage of Honorable Vice Chancellor Padam Shri Professor Mahesh Verma ji, the dynamic leadership of the Dean, Professor Dhananjay Joshi ji, Anjali ma'am ji, who really organized things very well. It was truly, the program was truly enriching. It was glitch-free and commendable, despite such a credible and humongous participation of 110 participants, including faculty from various university schools and affiliated colleges. The inaugural ceremony witnessed the inspirational presence of Chief Guest Dr. S.P. Singh, Professor, Department of Political Science, University of Delhi, and guest of an honor, Professor P.C. Sharma, sir, who is also the Director of Academic Affairs in our Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. The NEP was discussed through its length and breadth in these 7 days, and the FDP truly provided a very enriching and fulfilling forum to all participants to gain and to share. It would be really difficult for me to do justice to the breadth of knowledge discussed on this forum. However, I would very briefly delve upon the most important aspects discussed on each day. On the day of the inaugural, that is on the 25th of October, the chief guest very rightly pointed out the direction of the philosophical aspects of the NEP and related it with the value education, which is the need of the hour. The guest of honor emphasized upon the growing need for multidisciplinary and holistic education that is at par with the global education. He very rightly pointed towards the strong points of NEP that would ensure high quality education in Indian universities. Most of us would agree with what they had to share, and I would very briefly summarize their words in a quotation that is one of my favorites by C.S. Lewis. Education without values as useful as it seems rather to make man a more clever devil. The second session on October 25 was graced by the presence of Professor Yukti Sharma, Department of Education and Academic Secretary, Institute of Lifelong Learning, University of Delhi. She spoke on examining of the ideological stance and vision of the NEP 2020 from the perspective of inclusion. She talked about the respect for diversity, the local context in all curriculum, pedagogy, and the policy. Professor Sharma emphasized upon the importance of highlighting the importance of the 3 E's, that is the entry, engagement, and empowerment. She recommended social inclusion and not just inclusion of children with disabilities in tandem with the international evolving idea of inclusion. The first session on the 26th was graced by the presence of Dr. Kanchan, Associate Professor of CIE, University of Delhi, who spoke on transforming teacher education issues and challenges. She talked about Section 15 of NEP 2020, highlighting the need for multidisciplinary approach and removal of disparities in teacher education, revamping and achieving quality and intelligence, improvement in inputs in the field and curriculum design practice. Dr. Kanchan also talked about the National Mission of Mentoring, NMM, which shall be established with a large pool of outstanding senior retired faculty willing to provide short and long-term mentoring professional support to university and college teachers. The speaker for the second session on the same day was Professor Jasim Ahmed, professor from the Department of Teacher Education and Non-Formal Education, IASC, Jamia Millia Islamia, who spoke on role of faculty in effective implementation of NEP in higher education. Professor Ahmed emphasized upon liberating integrative and economic roles of education at all levels. The importance of learning outcomes and the true purpose of education was very well put forth by him. Professor Jessie Abraham, IASC Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia, was a speaker for the first session on October 27. She spoke on the topic National Education Policy and Educational Technology. She explained in detail about the points mentioned in the NEP related to integration of technology in education, which are written in Section 23 of the policy document, while stating that peer education, medium of instruction, and inclusion education also play a major role in education, inclusive education, play a major role in education. Professor Jessie also talked about the roles and expectations of teachers in our education system. She welcomed the role of academic bank of credit as promoting flexibility and quality. The resource person for the second session on the same day was Dr. Vinod Chanwal, Head Department of Education and Training, School of Humanities, Social Science, Gautam Buddha University, who spoke on pedagogical transformation in higher education in the light of NEP 2020. He deliberated upon the various pedagogical practices adopted by teachers and the need for evaluation of such practices in the online era, as well as the need for their adaptability based on learning styles of students. He also talked about the role of assessment as a diagnostic measure to be conducted before learning in order to know the student's prior knowledge and interest. He reiterated that assessment is a simulation and continuous process which moves parallel to learning. Professor Shirish Pal Singh, School of Education, Mahatma Gandhi Antarashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, Maharashtra, was the speaker on 28th. he delivered a very interesting session about pedagogical issues and need for orientation of curriculum framework with reference to New Education Policy 2020. He very aptly stated that the aim of education is not just cognitive development, but to pave a way through which holistic development of the learner can be done. Reorientation of curriculum, he stated, was thus the need for the hour, where curriculum is reduced to form more upon thinking and learning skills of the learner. He suggested that art-integrated education and cultural relevant pedagogical methods should be used to give new direction to education. Another very apt suggestion was the inclusion of sports integrated educational methods to inculcate attributes like team spirit, sportsmanship, responsible attitude, self-direction in the learners. The second session on the same day was conducted by Professor Harjeet Bhatia of the Faculty of Education in Jamia Millia Islamia, who spoke on interplay of technology and teacher education in NEP 2020. She explained the factory model of education and compared this model with contemporary education system. She emphasized on technology as a panacea for everything and commended the initiatives by Government of India like Diksha, Inflibnit, Swayam, NPTEL, etc. The speaker for 29th was Dr. Indrajit Datta, Faculty of School of Education, Maulana Azad National Urdu University, who spoke on integration of vocational education with special focus on teacher education. He focused on the 4 pillars, namely policies on education, status of education in India, NEP 2020 and vocational education, and initial teacher education and vocational education of teachers. He emphasized the significance of vocational education in making India a global economy. He highlighted the positive impact of NEP on the recommendations made by the various committees in the past for vocational as well as skill development. The resource person for the second session on October 29th was Professor Pankaj Arora, Director, Institute of Lifelong Learning, University of Delhi. He spoke on empowering higher education with quality research and effective governance and leadership. Professor Arora highlighted the role of research as an equal cornerstone apart from teaching in higher education. He welcomed the idea of breaking free from compartmentalization and hierarchy of disciplines due to the flexibility provided by NEP, which would result in greater acceptance of various disciplines like vocational education. The NEP, he stated, would thus provide an opportunity to break this hierarchy by providing autonomy to choose from a plethora of options rather than from specialized streams. The resource person for the first session on 30th was Professor Dr. Haneet Gandhi, CIE, Delhi, on innovative trends in assessment and evaluation in light of NEP 2020. She stated that NEP 2020 will change the pedagogy, school structure, higher education and teacher education by giving new responsibilities and changed mindset. Professor Gandhi also talked of how learning outcomes-based approach will result in common assessment and entrance tests and setting up of common benchmark standards and assessment criteria by universities, resulting in an increased mobility of students across universities whose credits have to be matched. Dr. Gaurav Singh of Indira Gandhi National Open University spoke on implementation 2020 in higher education government initiatives during the second session. He appreciated the NEP for being based upon the needs of the current time while also keeping in mind the development and needs for future. Dr. Singh explained the use of academic bank of credits, which will digitally store the credits earned by the students, thereby breaking the rigid categorization of different programs. He also very rightly stated that a teacher can never be replaced by technology, but a teacher well equipped with technology will definitely replace the teacher who lacks technological effectiveness. This is the future of education. And the resource person finally for today's session was Anup Trivedi ji of theatre consultant at GGS IP University, who spoke about the role of theatre in education. He very graciously shared with the participants his life experiences and performances at Ram Leela and illuminated on the role of passion as a motivation for career choice. He appreciated the interdisciplinary approach of NEP, which breaks through traditionally rigid and watertight demarcation in choice of subjects and field of study. The highlight of his session was his song performance, which was very well welcomed by the people, and the traditional concept of the FDP, not just speaking, but also singing, and a true reflection of the spirit of NEP 2020, which is holistic, inclusive, and multidisciplinary. To conclude, I very humbly borrow from what Dr. Kalam used to say. The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. Changes in the education policy as a major way to provide the nation better students, professionals, and most importantly, better human beings. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Anjali Shaukin, please.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for presenting the detailed report by covering all the aspects of the faculty development program and in very simplest way. Thank you, ma'am. Now, now I would like to invite my colleague, Dr. Shalini Yadav, who is always very kind in all the aspects, to formally welcome Professor C.B. Sharma.
Thank you
Over
so
to
much.
you, ma'am.
Words. Thank you so much. Actually, Professor C.B. Sharma, as we fondly call him C.B. Sharma sir, actually he needs no introduction. He's an institution himself, but still I've been given a duty, so I introduce him. Professor Chandrabhushan Sharma, C.B. Sharma sir, is the Professor of Education at the School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University at New Delhi. He served as the chairman of National Institute of Open Schooling and IOS during April 2015 to April 2020, and we all know the revolutionary changes which he brought about in NIUS, which actually led to its turnaround, with landmark new initiatives including introduction of courses in Bharatiya Parampara, leading to award of secondary and senior secondary certificate in Indian knowledge tradition. He has 3 decades of teaching experience. He is the recipient of the President's Award for Commendable Contribution to Digital Initiatives during the National Convention on Digital Initiatives for Higher Education on the 9th July. He received this award in 2017. He has also been named for his Bible in appreciation of tangible and significant assistance given for the furtherance of better understanding and friendly relations among peoples of the world by the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. He has been the director of distance education program of the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, EPSSA, and MHRD IGNOU project, right? And we also know that his talent and contributions have been recognized by the government of India, and he was assigned the responsibility of training of more than 12 lakh service teachers to the NIUS through the Diploma in Elementary Education program. And the same was completed in a record time of 18 months. He has been on various national policy framing committees, including committee constituted by the Government of India to review the national policy for teacher education, and the committee constituted by the Government of India to draft Distance Education Council of India bill. So we have 2 revolutionaries on both ways. So with these words, I really thank you for accepting our invite and cordially welcome you on behalf of all of us at University School of Education, especially our dean, Professor Dhananjay Joshi, and the coordinator, Dr. Anjali Shaukin, right? And with these words, the floor is open for you. Kindly enlighten us with your kind words. Professor C.B. Sharma.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the kind words and all the adjectives that you have used. Thank you very much. Also, thanks to the Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University School of Education for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my views with your participants. Especially, this invitation becomes special to be on a platform with Professor Muhammad Mia. We all look towards Professor Muhammad Mia as our ideal. We, the teachers, teacher educators, have always tried to learn from him and try to imitate Professor Mia. Thank you so much, Dhananjay, Shalini, all my colleagues, friends, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all very much. Thank you for this opportunity. सबसे पहले मैं नमन करूंगा मोहम्मद मियां साहब का, और आप ये शुभकामनाएं आशीर्वाद लेकर के ही मैं शुरू करूंगा कार्यक्रम को. थैंक यू वेरी मच. धनंजय यूज्ड अ वर्ड, नियत होनी चाहिए. I will start my presentation with this expression. नियत ही तो सही है इस शिक्षा नीति की. ये शिक्षा नीति शायद नीतियों में सबसे छोटी नीति है मैकॉले के मिनट्स के बाद, और इसकी नियत ही सही है, कहा तो कम गया है. I was part of the process of making of the National Education Policy 2020 right since 2015 when we started working on it. I was privileged to be the chairman of the National Institute of Open Schooling, and by virtue of being the chairman of Open School, I was part of the group of people who were working on school education. So I'm privy to most of the discussion. In fact, I can say I'm the only school education expert now today who is still with the policy. All others have left the sector. They were all bureaucrats, secretaries, joint secretaries who are now into various ministries and various other assignments. I'm perhaps the only one who is still working with the school education. So what does this policy say about? Only three things to be precise: school education, higher education, and teacher education. Just three sectors. Look at Kothari Commission: agriculture education, medical education, and various other areas of education. They're all areas of education. But this policy does not talk about agriculture education, medical education, and all other architecture and other areas. This talks only about three major areas which in fact contribute or construct the whole education sector. There is a background to it. When we started working on it in 2015, there were 33 themes identified. 20 in the higher education, 13 in school education. And we were assigned the job. I was looking after vocational education and non-formal education from the school education side. The consequence, we submitted our reports, and the report was given to Mr. Subramanian, a former cabinet secretary, Government of India, who prepared a report in about, say, 180-90 pages, submitted to the government. Then we got the copy. We were asked to debate on it. We rejected it. Let me be upfront. We rejected it. We said it's not a true representation of what we worked on and what we wanted. A new committee was constituted, the Kasturi Rangan Committee. I'm very conscious of the fact that your topic is NEP 2020, a roadmap for future India, and I'm answering that. I'm trying to somehow convince you how it is really a roadmap for future India. So the Kasturi Rangan report was about 480 pages, not 500 pages, and the Hindi translation goes beyond 500 pages. And if I can share, to which I am privy, this went to the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister said, क्या करना है इस रिपोर्ट का? ये 500 पेज को कितने सालों में लागू करोगे? हमको वो बताओ जो करोगे. And he said, I want 5 things. What is wrong? क्या बदलना है? क्या गड़बड़ है? क्या बदलेगा? कितना समय लोगे? कौन एजेंसी करेगी, कौन संस्था करेगी, और कितना पैसा लगेगा? तुम्हारे पास पैसा ही नहीं होगा तो तुम करोगे कहां से? तो बड़ी बड़ी बातें मत करो, हमें वो बताओ जो हम कर सकते हैं. And the outcome is this 62-page report, which clearly says about only 3 areas, that is school education, higher education, and his concern was teacher education, or teachers to be precise. So teacher education. 2 chapters have been devoted to teacher education, chapter 5 and 15. First 8 on school education, the rest on higher education, and a roadmap ahead, which is in fact, if you read carefully 1986 policy and the Janardhan Reddy report, you will find this is in a way copied from there. Read Janardhan Reddy report, a report which was submitted after in 91-92 to the CABE, which talked about how to implement the 1986 policy. A lot of things are copied from the Janardhan Reddy report, what we often call as Ramamurthy report. And this became the policy. I have often said, I don't know whether I would be condemned for that or not, it's not exactly in the form of a national policy. It's in the form of an office order. And this is how I think our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji works. बड़ी बड़ी बातें मत करो, छोटी बात करो, जो कर सकते हो वही करो और कर दो उसको. तो नीयत ही सही है इस पॉलिसी की. नीयत साफ है कि 2030 तक स्कूल एजुकेशन और हायर एजुकेशन इंक्लूडिंग टीचर एजुकेशन कंप्लीटली रिवैम्प होगा. Let me share again a few things with you. 29th of July 2020, this policy was passed by the Central Cabinet. 31st August, 2 days later down the line, a letter was issued to all the secretaries of the states. And a complete checklist was given on which areas you have to work on, and periodic report had to be submitted, for which the ministry had already created a portal, and it is being done. I'm sure you must have heard the Prime Minister speak on 7th August 2020 when he addressed the teachers. और उन्होंने साफ कहा, सरकार आपके साथ है. The government is with you, my bill is with you, but the teachers have to implement it. I don't think ever anybody really put the teachers center stage. This policy, and if I'm not exceeding my brief, the Prime Minister is clear in his vision that teachers have to be center stage. And यही तो हमारी परंपरा रही, भारत की परंपरा रही है. गुरु ही सब करता है, गुरु ही मध्य में है, गुरु ही वो अंतर और चेंज लाएगा, और वो फिर से होगा, हो रहा है. तो स्कूल एजुकेशन में क्या क्या बदलेगा, इसकी चर्चा आपने किया है, कई लोग बताए हैं. हम कहां तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं, किस तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं, क्या गड़बड़ी थी. 11 जून 2014 का प्रधानमंत्री जी का वो उद्बोधन संसद को सुनिए, जिसमें उन्होंने पहली बार संसद में अपना भाषण दिया था. और क्या कहा था, उस बच्चे की चिंता करो जो गांव में है, जिसके पास अच्छी शिक्षा नहीं है. 70% बच्चे गांव में रहते हैं, उनके पास एक अच्छा शिक्षक नहीं है. क्या हम शहरों में रह रहे अच्छे शिक्षकों को इन तक तकनीक के माध्यम से नहीं पहुंचा सकते हैं? और यही 3 बात तो ये नीति कहती है. जो बच्चा छूट गया, जो शारीरिक रूप से, मानसिक रूप से, पारिवारिक रूप से, सामाजिक रूप से कमजोर रह गया, उन तक पहुंचने का ये पॉलिसी है. चैप्टर 1, 2, 3 पढ़िए, और ये लागू हो गया. आंगनवाड़ी के रिट्रेनिंग का, रिवैम्पिंग का प्रोसेस शुरू है. कमिटी बन गई, जो आपका पॉलिसी कहता है कि 4 मंत्रालयों की साझा कमिटी बनेगी, बन गई. एनसीईआरटी ऑलरेडी आंगनवाड़ी के वर्कर्स, जिनको वर्कर कहा गया था, उनको हम पेडागॉग्स बनाने जा रहे हैं. उनके ट्रेनिंग का ऑलरेडी करिकुलम बना चुका. तो क्या बदलना है, ये आपको जानना चाहिए. वो गरीब बच्चा जो छूटा था, 2015 में एक समिति बनी थी. There was a subcommittee of the CABE on out of school children, and we had reported, I was fortunate to be a member, we had reported there was about 2 crore children out of school, and they were all from the poor background, the weak backgrounds. So this policy will change it. No child from a poor family should be out of school. क्यों बाहर था? उसकी भाषा में पढ़ाया नहीं जा रहा था. आपको पता है कि 40 भाषाओं में लोअर प्राइमरी के प्राइमर्स बन गए, ऑलमोस्ट उनके काम शुरू हो गया था आज से 3-4 महीने पहले. और इन बच्चों को जो छूट गए थे, जो इनकी भाषाएं 8 शेड्यूल की 22 भाषाएं नहीं है, उनको अपनी भाषा में शिक्षा दी जाएगी. और ये इसलिए छूट गए क्योंकि ये 6 साल तक समय खराब करते थे. ये 3 साल से ये स्कूल में आएंगे, उसकी तैयारी हो गई है. तो क्या बदलेगा? बदलेगा ये कि जो मेधावी बच्चा बाहर रह जाता था, all those bright children who we pushed out, and we must accept it, from the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribe, the minorities, the girls, they will all be in. So first, bring all in. That is the vision of the policy. Bring all in and give them freedom to work in the areas that they want, and this will happen. कोई बच्चा अगर पेंटिंग करना चाहता है, पेंटिंग करो. लड़की डांस करना चाहती है, डांस सीखो. कोई म्यूजिक करना चाहता है, म्यूजिक सब सीखो. स्पोर्ट्स करो. ये छूट नहीं थी, अब है. ये पॉलिसी कहती है जो करना चाहे, जो बच्चे की आंतरिक इच्छा है वो करे। और हमें देश को, दुनिया को अच्छे नर्तकियों की जरूरत है, अच्छे पेंटर्स की जरूरत है, अच्छे स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन की जरूरत है। हम इसी के कारण तो पिछड़ गए थे। ये बदलेगा विद्यालयों में, क्योंकि अब फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स ही पढ़ना पड़ेगा, ये रोक नहीं है। मार्च में ही परीक्षा देनी पड़ेगी, ये रोक नहीं है। आप जब चाहें तब परीक्षा दें। कंप्लीटली वैम्पिंग है स्कूल एजुकेशन का। अंजलि ने हमें 15 से 20 मिनट का समय दिया था। मैं ज्यादा समय स्कूल पर लगा चुका हूं, थोड़ा समय मैं हायर एजुकेशन के बारे में भी बोलूंगा। देखिए हमारी क्या शिकायत रही है। अप फ्रंट हम एकदम एक्सेप्ट करते हैं इस पॉलिसी में हम बहुत करप्ट हो गए थे। सेक्शन 15.2 क्लियरली कहता है कि इस देश में जस्टिस जेएस वर्मा कमीशन के रिपोर्ट को कोट करते हुए कि 18,000 बीएड कॉलेजेस में से 10,000 ऐसे कॉलेज हैं जो डिग्रियां बेच रहे हैं। इट्स अनफॉर्चुनेट बट दिस पॉलिसी इज courageous enough to accept, yes, this happened in our country. So what are we going to do? We are going to change the complete process of teacher education. And what we will do, we'll have a national aptitude test. We will have a national aptitude test. And do you know what will change? Between the lines, let me share with you, because I was again fortunate to be part of the teacher education revamping process. We found out of the 62 school boards, every board, girls outperformed boys. But when it came to higher education, girls were lost. They were nowhere. This policy says, hold an aptitude test after 12th, girls will outperform boys in getting into the teacher education program. But we were conscious. We did a survey, we did a review, and we had submitted a report that if we hold a nationwide test and admit, girls will outperform, but they wouldn't be taking admission because their parents won't pay them. Let me share my experience. I have shared on many occasions. Today again I will share. 2 Muslim girls in Pune told us, sir, if you make the B.Ed program 4 years, no Muslim girl will come because our parents won't support us. When you had converted from 1 year to 2 years, look at the number has dropped. And we were very conscious. We suggested that you do a survey on how many teachers do we require 4 years down the line. Admit them. Have an aptitude test. We were very conscious girls will outperform boys and give them scholarship. The policy accepts. Why am I mentioning this? I'm mentioning this, Dhananjay ji and all my colleagues, create that pressure on the government. Governments don't work on their own unless and until we work on it. And that is our job. And that is why we must share. And the FDPs are important. That is why. The policy has accepted and promised that we'll have an aptitude test for becoming a teacher across country, and everybody who will be succeeding in that exam will be given a scholarship. Now we must create that pressure, and then we will appoint these girls in the local school. Look at Gandhi's 1937 Vardha scheme. This is what Gandhi said. We forgot Gandhi. We keep deifying Gandhi but don't implement his ideas. This policy does it. And I'm very sure this will happen. This will happen. As far as other sectors of higher education are concerned, we lag behind in research. Emphasis is on research. 50,000 crores have been allocated to research already. तो नियत तो साफ है कि हम रिसर्च को आगे बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। पैसा भी दे दिया गया। 22 जुलाई को आया और तुरंत ही बाद में हमारे वित्त मंत्री ने 50,000 करोड़ शोध के लिए दिया। 10,000 करोड़ ऑलरेडी इस साल दिया जा चुका है शोध के लिए। और एक बात जो हम आमतौर पर ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म पर एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, हम सबका अविश्वास है चुनाव प्रक्रिया में या नियुक्ति की प्रक्रिया में। हम सब ऐसा मान के चलते हैं कि सारी चीजें सिफारिश से होती हैं, कोई ना कोई प्रभावित करता है। ये पॉलिसी कहती है इंस्टीट्यूशंस अपना हेड, अपना लीडर, अपना चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव अपने ही चुनेंगे। चैप्टर 19 पढ़िए। द बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स विल बी क्रिएटेड एंड दे विल सेलेक्ट देयर ओन हेड। इससे बढ़िया और क्या होगा? जो संस्था है वही चुने, उसी के लोग चुने। आउटगोइंग हेड, बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स, जो एम्प्लॉयर्स हैं वो, जो एलुमनी है वो, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो, जो टीचर्स हैं वो। और फिर भी आप नहीं समझ खोज पाएंगे तो क्या? दुनिया के जो अच्छे संस्थान हैं वो यही करते हैं और वो हम लोगों ने देखा है, पढ़ा और उसको भी अपने यहाँ लागू करने की बात की है। तो सरकार, जिसको हम कहते रहे सरकार को बाहर रहना चाहिए, वो अपने को बाहर कर रही है। सरकार का हस्तक्षेप नहीं रहेगा। मुझे ऐसा पता चला है त्रिची के IIM के डायरेक्टर के चुनाव में सरकार का कोई हाथ इस साल नहीं रहा है। बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स जो IIT त्रिची है, उसने अपना डायरेक्टर खोजा और लाया और ज्वाइन कराया, सरकार ने चिट्ठी भी इशू नहीं की। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लागू भी हो रहा है। तो नियत पूरा ऐसा है, लगता है कि साफ है कि हम जो किए हैं, जो वादा किया है दुनिया देश को, वो हम निश्चित तौर पर करेंगे। तो जो 26.3 तक हम पहुंचे हैं हायर एजुकेशन में, we should have been above 50% by now. What happened? Because we did not look at the school education sector. We must emphasize on school education sector. One thing, I have 2 minutes, so I will conclude, and I will must say that I am a teacher, so I am definitely an activist as well. I told you I was part of the school education part planning. I was very emphatic on an independent body for school education, like higher education. जैसे हमारे पास यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट्स कमीशन है, स्कूल एजुकेशन कमीशन होना चाहिए। पूरे के पूरे सरकार विद्यालय शिक्षा को सरकार ही देखती रही है। तो निश्चित तौर पर हमको ये पूछना चाहिए सरकारों से कि आप 74% फेल कर गए, केवल 26% बच्चे ही रेलेवेंट एज ग्रुप के हायर एजुकेशन में पहुंचे हैं। तो इसको क्यों सरकार अपने हाथ में रख रही है? इसको बाहर निकालना चाहिए। आप पाएंगे बड़ा जोर था, मैं बारी बारी से ये बात उठा रहा था, उसका प्रभाव है कि हम स्टेट स्कूल रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी की बात कर रहे हैं। नीति ने कहा है कि स्कूल स्टेट रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी बनेगा। हमें लगता है कि हम हायर एजुकेशन में जो शिक्षा के लोग हैं, और पुनः मैं अपनी बात परम आदरणीय मोहम्मद मियां साहब को एड्रेस करते हुए खत्म करूंगा कि हम लोगों ने जो शिक्षा में थे और विश्वविद्यालयों में थे, वो स्कूल कैसा हो, स्कूल की पढ़ाई कैसी हो, इस पर शोध तो करते रहे, उसको लागू करवाने के लिए कभी जोर नहीं दिया। हम सबको स्कूलों में होना चाहिए था, स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल्स के साथ काम करना चाहिए था। और हमारा डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एजुकेशन का स्कूल से बहुत केवल प्रैक्टिस टीचिंग के नाम पर हम मिलते रहे सर। हमें लगता है कि जो एक चीज इस पॉलिसी में और होनी चाहिए थी, वो था स्कूल एजुकेशन कमीशन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया बनाए और उसको कंप्लीटली बाहर रखे। जिन कारणों से आज यूजीसी को रिफॉर्म करके हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन बनाने की बात हो रही है, उन चीजों को ध्यान में रख करके स्कूल एजुकेशन कमीशन बनना चाहिए था, जिसमें कि वो सारे लोग जो स्कूल से संबंधित हैं, जो स्कूल एजुकेशन समझते हैं, जो स्कूल को रिवैम्प कर सकते हैं, वो कमीशन भी बनना चाहिए था। I would conclude by saying it's a great policy, very pointed, very directed, with great intention, and it doesn't say big things that I will do this, I will do that because I have to go out of government. In 2009, we passed the Right to Education Act. On 1st of April 2010, the Prime Minister came and addressed the nation with apologies that I will not be able to implement this policy. This will not happen with NEP 2020. Last line of the policy says 2040 we will have a new commission to re-look at the education sector, and we will have a new commission. Akash Ranjan, I have a time only for this much. I will definitely talk about teacher education more next time. Thank you very much, Department of Education, Guru Gobind Singh University, Dhananjay, colleagues, for giving me this opportunity. आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं कि आप FDP अटेंड किए हैं, और इस पर चर्चा करिए, लोगों से बात करिए, प्रेशर बनाइए सरकार पर, क्योंकि यही हमारा काम है शिक्षाविद होने के नाते। बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत धन्यवाद। पुनः एक बार मैं मोहम्मद मियां साहब को नमस्कार करते हुए अपनी बात को विराम दूंगा। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you very much, sir. We really liked your session, and the way in which you have started the session, the beginning of the session, especially when you talk about niyat theek honi chahiye. So thank you very much, sir. That was a really wonderful beginning of the session. Wonderful beginning of your talk. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir, for such an enlightening session on the National Education Policy, a roadmap for the future India. You have talked about that how the chapter 5 and chapter 15, they have highlighted the teacher education aspect, and we as a teacher educator need to understand that. And actually, there is a big responsibility on the teacher educators that we all have to understand and implement the suggestions which are given in the chapter 5 and 15 of the National Education Policy. And you have rightly said, you have rightly told that the report of Janardhan and the 86 policy, there are a lot of things which are copied from those reports, and we find the same in this National Education Policy 2020, which came last year only. And yes, the very important thing which you have addressed in the session, that is about the Prime Minister's address this year, that he talked about the badi baatein na karo. Whatever is possible, whatever is feasible, we need to do that, not the big things. And I think for this, we have to play a great role in that. And I think that will help in revamping the higher education. And you rightly said during your session, you have shared your experience with the two girls. You have interacted with the girls, and I think that is that is something which we need to understand, that how they have talked, how they have questioned you, and there was a lot of emphasis which is given in the policy. So thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experiences you got from the interactions from those girls. We are highly inspired and motivated with your talk. Once again, I thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And the one thing more, sir, I just forget to mention that you rightly said that there should be a school regulatory system. I do agree with that, because we are having the regulatory system in the higher education, but this is to be introduced in the school education also. Definitely, we will, with you, and we will work a lot in this regard also. Thank you very much, sir. So now, to carry this baton of knowledge, I invite my colleague, Dr. Amit Ahuja, who is always very supportive in all the aspects, to formally welcome Professor Muhammad Mia. Over to you, sir. Dr. Amit. Amit, I am audible?
Audible, but has he joined as a panelist or has he joined as an attendee? I have my doubts because I don't see him in the panelists.
Okay, so technical team, please make Amit sir as a panelist. I think
he's on the
he has
panelist list.
Oh, yes, yes. We can see in the panelist list, Dr. Amit.
Okay, they're good.
Yes.
Am I audible and visible, please? Please make me confirm of this.
Yes, sir, you are audible, you are visible also.
Thank you, Dr. Anjali. It's a matter of pride for me to welcome here an eminent personality in the field of education, that is Professor Muhammad Mia Sahib. Professor Muhammad Mia has more than 3 decades as his teaching experience to his credit for his PG classes in education. The research and publication includes successful supervision of more than 30 PhD students on the themes of in the areas like education, administration, and finance at primary, secondary, and tertiary level. Sir has written books and research papers on creativity, education, administration, and distance education. And the administrative experience at Jamia Millia Islamia to his credit include as a Dean, Faculty of Education for 3 terms, and Head Department of Educational Studies for 15 years, Registrar 2 years, Finance Officer 1 year, Honorary Vigilance Officer as 6 years, Director School for 3 years, OSD exam 4 years, OSD 3 years, Director Academy of Profession, and Development of Urdu Medium Teachers, that is more than 1.5 years, Honorary Director, Center for Distance and Open Learning, 7 years. So what a credible administrative experience you have. And outside Jamia Millia Islamia, sir has served as at UPSC also for 1 year. He has been associated with UPSC and as IGNOU Director of Project DPP for 4 years, Dr. Zakir Hussain Memorial Welfare Society for 2 terms, that is 6 years, and Managing Director Maktaba Jamia Limited for 2 years, VC officiating at EFLU Hyderabad and VC officiating Central University of Odisha, and he was the 3rd Vice Chancellor of Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Hyderabad. Sir has visited across the globe, named few countries like Canada, Japan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Turkey, and in many cases, he represented Government of India in UNESCO seminar. He has visited Gulf countries also, and some significant achievement which Sir has made in the discipline of education include development of learning material for national open schools. And at regional resource centers like Jamia Millia Islamia, Aligarh Muslim University, Osmania University, University of Kashmir, and Marathwada University, Sir was appointed honorary director at Jamia Center. And this center organized in-service teacher education program for teachers of Muslim managed schools. Sir was also involved with Dr. Zakir Hussain Memorial Welfare Society, New Delhi. That's a volunteer organization with a distinction that the Vice Chancellor of the Jamia Millia Islamia is an ex-officio president of the society. Sir was also associated with DPEP, Distance Education Program, IGNOU, and then the project provided multimedia support to DPP states for training primary education personnel. Sir was also involved with Center for Distance and Open Learning in the 10th plan document of UGC that focused on distance education among other sectors. Besides this, he was also associated with Academy for Professional Development of Urdu Medium Teacher, and this is a center that has been established by MHRD to promote and develop the quality in teaching through Urdu medium language. Sir is also associated with as a member of several academic decision-making bodies in various universities across the country and institutions like DEC and IGNOU. Professor Mohammad Mia Sahib is also a member office bearer of a professional organization like Indian Association of Teacher Educators, Comparative Education Society of India, All India Association of Education Research. तो मैं अगर ये कह दूं कि अगर सूर्य को दिया दिखाने के बराबर मैंने बात की है तो मैं गलत नहीं हूं. He is such an eminent personality and it's a matter of pride for us that he is with us to enlighten us. Sir, we welcome you in this academic event of University School of Education, IP University. Sir, please enlighten us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Amit. Now the session is open to Professor Mohammad Mia, sir. Sir, we are audible to you?
Yes, yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. You are audible and you are visible also.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. C.B. Sharma, Dhananjay Joshi Sahab, Anjali Shaukin, and members of organizing committee and dear participants. It is a great pleasure and privilege to address at such a moment my colleagues all over the country and from abroad. I especially thankful to the Indraprastha University for organizing such wonderful faculty development program. And this is the right time to have this faculty development programs, and focus should be and has been on National Education Policy 2020. I always felt that it is very important that the teachers should also be very, very familiar what the policy is and what role they can play. I have been saying this quite often, that even before the policy is implemented or it is being prepared for implementation, that the university teachers should also be oriented what the policy is and what the roles of the university and what will the role of faculty in implementing the policy 2020. It is, शर्मा जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात कह दी कि इसको बहुत ही लिमिट कर दिया है, प्रोफेशनल एजुकेशन को नहीं लिया है, हायर एजुकेशन, स्कूल एजुकेशन, टीचर एजुकेशन को फोकस किया है पॉलिसी में. दैट इज वंडरफुल थिंग टू डू really. In the beginning, then we can talk about, as far as school education is concerned, I do agree with Professor Sharma that when we have such regulatory bodies, when we have at apex bodies for higher education, there should also be an apex body for school education outside. And I think we have been talking about it for quite some time. We should take some appropriate and action on this. Action means that we should prepare a plan and put it before the government of India to consider it and establish an apex body for school education as such. It will surely be helpful in creating a good school environment and quality of high school education. This is what I would say. When you talk about, शर्मा जी ने भी बहुत सी बातें कही और कुछ ऐसा भी किया, पॉलिसी के बारे में बात कही, तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि जो वादा किया है, जिसने भी किया है, जो वादा किया है वो निभाना पड़ेगा. बगैर वादा निभाए हुए बात बनेगी नहीं. वादा करने से बात नहीं बनती है, निभाना भी पड़ता है. So that is, looking from that point of view, I would say that policy must help the best and bright to enter the teaching profession. I say this must help, by enduring dignity, respect, autonomy, quality and accountability. देखिए, जब टीचर्स की हम बात करते हैं, शर्मा जी ने भी इस तरफ इशारा किया था, मैं भी कहूंगा कि हमारी जो सभ्यता है, संस्कृति है, वो टीचर को बहुत बड़ा मकाम देती है, बहुत ही इज्जत का मकाम देती है. अंजलि, तुम अपनी वो क्या कहते हैं, रेडियो ऑन करो, क्योंकि ये ब्लैक हो जाता है स्क्रीन पूरा हमारा स्क्रीन ब्लैक हो जाता है, इसलिए नजर नहीं आ रहा कोई फिर. ठीक है. So this is what I'm saying, looking from this point of view, कि जो टीचर की जो अहमियत है, उसको हम कहते तो बहुत है, लेकिन करते क्या है ये कहना बहुत मुश्किल है. और इसके बारे में अगर बात करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. हम फिर से भी एक बात कहेंगे जो हमने स्कूल में पढ़ा था, गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागे पाँव, बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंद दियो बताइए. अब हमारा कल्चर, संस्कृति ये है, तो फिर हम टीचर को क्यों इग्नोर करते हैं, टीचर को क्यों पीछे डाल देते हैं, टीचर एजुकेशन को क्यों पीछे डाल देते हैं. इट शुड हैव the first priority as far as the preparation of teachers are concerned. I am not going into details of what is happening as far as the teachers training courses are concerned. Even policy has very clearly in very clear terms mentioned, और जो शर्मा जी ने भी कहा कि डिग्रियां कैसे मिलती हैं और क्या होता है बीएड कॉलेजेस में. अगर ऐसे ही डिग्री लेगा तो टीचर कैसे बनेगा, अच्छा टीचर कैसे बनेगा. और अच्छा टीचर बनाने के लिए हमें अच्छे टीचर एजुकेटर्स भी चाहिए. अब टीचर एजुकेटर्स, आई एम लुकिंग फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, अभी रिसेंटली आई एम लुकिंग फ्रॉम, आई एम जस्ट सी देयर इज NCET has issued a notification about various courses, and that qualification for employment in various institutions with various courses and programs. People are reacting to those qualifications. I think they also deserve some consideration on these issues. And what are the issues basically? That the administration should listen to these issues, and if they are really issues which are very important and significant, they should be considered. And what I say, when we say regulatory body and authorities, they should also be doing the very good job, an ideal job, let me tell you. Another point which I thought I will mention in the beginning is that policies has to be, for implementing policy, it will take a lot of time. This is not a small one. जैसे हमने कहा 2030 तक जाएंगे, 10 साल के बाद होगा, 11 साल के बाद होगा, 15 साल के बाद होगा, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होगा, जो भी है। लेकिन अभी हम पॉलिसी के बारे में whatever we are doing at the policy for implementing policy, एक कमेटी बन गई है, जैसे शर्मा जी ने भी फरमाया कि सब कमेटीज बनेंगी स्कूल लेवल पे, अलग अलग लेवल पे, अलग अलग एरिया में बनेंगी और वो अपनी बात कहेंगी और फिर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए सजेशंस भी देंगी. I think it is very good thing to do, and it will take time, not less than 3 years. I think it will take almost 3 years. Now coming back to some of the policy issues, when I say policy issues and teacher education, school education, teacher education, I don't know why the decision about the teacher qualification is taken right now. Let the first we decide the policy and then take the decision on the teacher qualification and teacher salary. And for that, the school system is very, very important, Considering the school system, we have to consider the structure of teacher education programs. No? So that's why I will not say that there are very, very important issues about the credit transfer, multi-entry, multi-exit, which I may come back, which is for the general education, higher education, but I will come back to relate these two issues with teacher education also, When we say, looking from the structural changes, when we talk of the teacher education, the structural changes in the school education have become very, very important. When are we going to implement these restructuring of a school, When we are going to implement the restructuring of the school, the entire teacher education program has to be restructured here. 4-year integrated course is nothing new, बताता हूं मैं आपको. This is not a new thing. हम 4-year integrated teacher education program की बात करते हैं, as if this is something very new. When I started teaching in NCERT, I was really very happy. I was very happy that NCERT was running BSc PEd, BA PEd, And I don't want to go back when I joined NCERT, way back in 1977, And even before that, the 4 regional colleges of education, then they were called Regional College of Education, and now they are called Regional Institute of Education. And I always thought there was a lot of problems also for BSc Ed to take admission in MSc with Mysore University, but we worked out, and the Mysore University allowed BSc Ed students to go for MSc Physics, MSc Chemistry, etc., etc. Now coming back to the school education system, ये भी मेंशन भी किया गया है कि हमारा नर्सरी स्कूल का सेक्शन जो है वो प्राइमरी एजुकेशन से क्लब कर दिया गया है. दैट्स फाइन, वंडरफुल. और हमने इसके बारे में भी बात की है कि हमारी जो आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर्स हैं, इनके बारे में ट्रेनिंग वगैरह शुरू हो गई है, ताकि हम जो हमारा इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोग्राम है नर्सरी एजुकेशन का और फर्स्ट और सेकेंड स्टैंडर्ड का, तो आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर्स भी they could be of helpful, they could be part of the teaching faculty, This is very, very important. Looking from this point of view, अभी हमारे पास 5, 3, 2, 2, 5, 3, 2, 2 ये स्कूल एजुकेशन का सिस्टम. अब स्कूल एजुकेशन का सिस्टम क्या होगा? 5, 3, 3, 4. तो 5 years फंडामेंटल स्टेज, फाउंडेशनल जिसे कहेंगे, प्रिपरेटरी, मिडिल एंड सेकेंडरी. लुकिंग फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, आई एम सेइंग दैट लुकिंग फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, अभी क्या हुआ है कि जो टीचर एजुकेशन के प्रोग्राम्स हमारी एनसीटी ने रिलीज किया है नोटिफिकेशन, उसमें डिप्लोमा इन प्राइमरी स्कूल एजुकेशन, डिप्लोमा इन एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन, BEd and BEd and ITEP, इस तरह के और फिजिकल एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड प्रोग्राम हैं. I would say the diploma in preschool education, will they be only entitled to teach nursery school students, or they will entitled to teach on first or second standard also? Who will decide? When shall we decide this here? We have to make a decision right here with a change, a structural change in school we have to make the changes in teacher education also. And before we make the teacher education changes, क्या हमारे फाउंडेशनल स्टेज के लिए एक ही तरह के टीचर होंगे या दो प्रकार के टीचर होंगे, नर्सरी टीचर्स और प्राइमरी टीचर। फिर 3, 4, 5 को पढ़ाने के लिए उन टीचर्स को क्या कहेंगे? मैं कुछ नहीं कह रहा हूं, प्रिपरेटरी है, प्राइमरी स्कूल टीचर कहेंगे, कुछ और कहेंगे। फिर 6ठे, 7वें, 8वें को पढ़ाने के लिए उनको क्या कहेंगे? ट्रेन ग्रेजुएट टीचर कहेंगे या एलिमेंट्री टीचर कहेंगे, जिसको हम मिडिल कह रहे हैं। और फिर अब जो है 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they are clubbed together and have become the secondary, you know. आज के दिन में, if we look from the today's point of view, just see, we have teachers for 9th, 10th, 10 graduate teachers, for 11th, 12th, PGT, postgraduate teachers here. Now, क्योंकि सिस्टम का स्ट्रक्चर फर्क है, 11th and 12th they have साइंस, सोशल साइंस एंड कॉमर्स स्ट्रीम्स हैं। अब स्ट्रीम्स नहीं रहेंगे, 9, 10, 11, 12 में स्ट्रीम्स नहीं रहेंगे, बल्कि हमको एक ऑप्शन अवेलेबल होगा कि जो सब्जेक्ट हम चाहें वो हम सब सब्जेक्ट ले लें। if I am right, then we have to train the teacher accordingly, not TGT, not PGT. जब हम स्कूल का करिकुलम बना लेंगे तब हम टीचर एजुकेशन का करिकुलम उसी हिसाब से बनाना चाहिए। When we prepare the school education curriculum from foundational stage to secondary stage, then we have to prepare the teacher education program accordingly, so that the teacher should be effectively and strongly can support what is his role would be. Now, looking from this point of view, I'll go back to a little bit earlier. When Delhi University started BLEd program, Bachelor of Elementary Education, we were fighting that when Bachelor of Elementary Education is upper primary education and lower primary education. Upper primary education is 6th, 7th, 8th, which we call middle level and higher secondary school. When we talk about this, BLEd, Bachelor of Elementary Education, why not we give opportunity to such teachers to teach 6th, 7th, 8th standard? We fought for this with the Delhi government, but we could not succeed, you know. This is what I'm saying, that after doing 4 years, he becomes a primary school teacher. After doing 2-year course, after 12th standard, he also becomes a primary school teacher. Where is the equality here? BLEd 4 साल करने के बाद, diploma 2 साल करने के बाद, both become primary school teacher. And so what is the distinction between these two, you know? Now, coming back to this, what I'm saying is that time थोड़ा सा constraint है, लेकिन I will surely like to make some kind of issues, you know. When we talk about these things, we have to work out first the curriculum. I say NCERT, NCT, and UGC. I am not touching higher education at the moment. NCT should be responsible for bringing or having curriculum framework for teacher education programs in the country. जैसे हम स्कूल एजुकेशन की बात कर रहे हैं कि हमारा एक अपेक्स बॉडी होनी चाहिए, जब एनसीटी एक अपेक्स बॉडी है तो इसको गाइडलाइंस तैयार करके देनी चाहिए, और गाइडलाइंस तैयार करके देनी चाहिए किसके लिए? जो हमारा नया स्ट्रक्चर स्कूल एजुकेशन का है। नंबर 2, the new structure of school education, how are we going to implement? Are we going to implement simultaneously, vertically all the stages? That is from the foundational to secondary, or we start from the foundational and we reach secondary, then it will be gradually changing the new system of education. हम ये देखना चाहते हैं कि आप सारे स्टेजेस को एक साथ इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे या शुरू से इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे तो आगे तक जाएगा। ये बात बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको एक्सपर्ट्स को जो जिनकी जिम्मेदारी है उनको देखना चाहिए, और जो कमिटीज बन रही हैं उनको भी देखना चाहिए कि इसको किस तरह से ये मामले को हल करेंगे। स्कूल का जब तक तय नहीं होगा ठीक से, तब तक हम टीचर एजुकेशन के बारे में भी ठीक से तय नहीं कर सकते कि टीचर एजुकेशन का क्या स्ट्रक्चर होना चाहिए. तो गोइंग बैक टू दिस इशू, I would say NCERT has started working on the curriculum framework, curriculum guidelines for school education, different stages of school education. NCT should also collaborate with NCERT to prepare the teacher education curriculum. And the third important issue which I am raising here is what will be the nomenclature of the teachers teaching at the foundational stage, teaching at preparatory stage, teaching at middle stage, and teaching is a secondary stage. What will be the nomenclature of these teachers? Number one. Number two, what will be the qualification for these teachers? If DLED can be a preparatory teacher, can he not be preparatory teacher for the foundational? ये भी हमें तय करना पड़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि हम जब स्टेज वाइज ट्रेनिंग देते हैं टीचर को, तो कीपिंग द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ चाइल्ड, दैट इज मेंटल एंड अदरवाइज डेवलपमेंटल ऑफ चाइल्ड इन माइंड, दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव डिवाइडेड द स्टेजेस and that's why we have divided the teacher education, teacher education. Now, another point is, what will be the qualification for teachers at different levels? Number one, I'm just concluding this. What will be the qualification of teachers for different levels? Then, what will be the salary of these teachers? This, who will decide this? It's not the pay commission will decide. The NCT should work over it, कि जो लोग फाउंडेशनल कोर्स पढ़ा रहे हैं, जो लोग प्रिपरेटरी पढ़ा रहे हैं, जो मिडिल पढ़ा रहे हैं, जो सेकेंडरी पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो क्या क्वालिफिकेशन होगी और क्या उनका स्केल होगा और उनके डिजिग्नेशन का क्या नॉमेनक्लेचर होगा. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज हैं जिसको हमको कंसीडर करना चाहिए. हम काम कर रहे हैं, क्या काम कर रहे हैं? जैसे शर्मा जी ने ये कहा कि बिल्कुल ऐसा करो कि जो हो जाए, और प्राइम मिनिस्टर को कोट करते हुए उन्होंने इसको फोकस किया. आई ऑल्सो फोकस ऑन दिस इश्यूज. जो काम करना है उस पर फोकस करो और कितनी जल्दी हो सकता है उसको फोकस करो. और इस सिलसिले में जितना आप ऑनेस्ट हो सकते हैं कि ये हम इस वक्त तक कर सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते, हमें ज्यादा छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. जब हम कर सकते हैं उसका एक अंदाजा होना चाहिए. तीसरी बात, अभी जो हम बहुत सी चीजें बात कर रहे हैं, एनसीटी ने इशू कर दिया है, नोटिफिकेशन सब कुछ हो गया है, ये हो गया है, एनसीटी पता नहीं रिकंसिडर करेगी या नहीं करेगी. अभी तो हमने स्कूल को लगाया ही नहीं है, स्कूल सिस्टम को ही नहीं लगाया है ना, इम्प्लीमेंट ही नहीं किया है. तो टीचर एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम कैसे होगा? या फिर ये कहें कि 4 साल का जो इंटीग्रेटेड टीचर एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम है उसको डिफरेंट स्टेजेस में भी डिवाइड किया जा सकता है, लाइक हायर एजुकेशन. पहला साल कंप्लीट किया आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल गया, दूसरा साल कंप्लीट किया आपको डिप्लोमा मिल गया, तीसरा साल कंप्लीट किया आपको बैचलर्स डिग्री मिल गई, चौथा साल कंप्लीट किया तो आपको ऑनर्स डिग्री मिल गई. क्या हम 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्सेज को भी हम मल्टी स्टेज वाला कोर्स बना सकते हैं कि 1 साल का उसने किया और चला गया तो चला गया, सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया, वो जाके कहाँ पढ़ा रहा है, फाउंडेशन में पढ़ा रहा है, फिर आ जाएगा? क्या वर्टिकल एंट्री और एग्जिट हो सकती है 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्सेज में? इसको भी कंसीडर करना चाहिए. और अगर ये कंसीडर करेंगे तो मैं बताता हूँ आपको कि बहुत मुश्किल काम है कि हम हर साल को इंडिपेंडेंट बनाएं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंड करता चला जाए. कि डिप्लोमा उसने किया तो उसको इतनी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए कि वो एलिमेंट्री लेवल पर पढ़ा सके, और उसके बाद वो एग्जिट करके चला जाता है, फिर बाद में आता है फाइनल कर लेता है. ये कहीं पर नहीं है, ये मेरा अपना आइडिया हो सकता है, बहुत वाइल्ड आइडिया हो, लेकिन क्योंकि जब 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्स की बात करते हैं हम, और 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्स को हम ये भी कहते हैं कि प्राइमरी स्कूल में भी टीचर बन सकता है और यहाँ भी बन सकता है और सेकेंडरी में भी बन सकता है, तो फिर इक्वल क्वालिफिकेशन पर इक्वल सैलरी भी होनी चाहिए. ये हमें बहुत ही, हालांकि हमारी जो जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज है वो उतनी नहीं है, और स्कूल में बता दूं आपको जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज कभी कम नहीं होंगी, क्योंकि डिमांड ऑफ द टीचिंग, डिमांड ऑफ द एजुकेशन विल ऑलवेज बी इंक्रीजिंग, you know. So looking from this point of view, I have only mentioned about very simple things, you know, that restructuring of the school education, restructuring of teacher education, both are related issues, you know, both are related issues. NCT should not take any decision in isolation without looking at the school structure or what is going to be the school structure, and accordingly they should work out. There need not be many courses like say, मैं एक बात ये पूछना चाहता हूं जो मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आती कि जब हम बीएड 2 साल का है और हमारा बीएससी 3 साल का है, तो बीएससी करने के बाद 2 साल का बीएड करेगा तो 5 साल हो गए नहीं हो गए? हम बीएससी एंड अगर 4 साल का करते हैं तो 1 साल को हम कहाँ एडजस्ट कर रहे हैं? 3 साल का जो हम पढ़ा रहे हैं बीएससी में और 2 साल पढ़ा रहे हैं हम उसमें बीएड में, तो 5 साल हो गए। तो जो बीएससी करके बीएड करता है हम 4 साल में पढ़ाते हैं, तो 1 साल कम हमारा कैसे हो गया? क्या हमने वर्किंग आवर्स बढ़ा दिए, दिन में 8 की जगह 10 कर दिए, या हमने छुट्टियां कम कर दी? तो हम इस सिलेबस को कैसे कंडेंस करते हैं 5 साल के सिलेबस को 4 साल में? वो भी हमें जवाब देना चाहिए और हमारे पास जस्टिफिकेशन होना चाहिए। सिमिलरली आई विल आल्सो रेज ए क्वेश्चन दैट 2 साल का बीएड और 2 साल का एमएड है, और अगर हम बीएड और एमएड इंटीग्रेटेड करते हैं तो 3 साल का हो जाता है, 1 साल बच गया उसका। तो जो एमएड का 2 साल का है और बीएड का 2 साल का है, तो 4 साल में से 1 साल कैसे बच गया भाई? हमें वो भी हमें जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा। क्या सब कोई चीज कॉमन है बीएड में और एमएड में जो हम रिपीट करते हैं, और जब हम इसको इंटीग्रेट करते हैं तो रिपीट नहीं करते हैं? हालांकि बड़ा ऐसा सवाल है ये कि जो मेरा ख्याल से बहुत ज्यादा एक्सेप्टेड नहीं है कि भाई 4 साल का कोर्स आप 3 साल में कैसे मर्ज कर देंगे, 5 साल का कोर्स आप 4 साल में कैसे मर्ज कर देंगे? और हो रहा है 4 ईयर इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्स ऑन बीएससी बीएड। मैं ये इसलिए सवाल कर रहा हूँ, I'm raising these issues whenever, since it is work has started, that committees and subcommittees have started working. My time is over, I know, but committees and subcommittees have started working. I'm raising these issues so that if it reaches the committees and subcommittees, I hope they will consider. I will be very grateful if they consider this and have justification for integrated courses, either this way and teacher education program integrated, or general courses with teacher education program integrated. And with this, I would again say that जो शुरू में की बात की थी, शर्मा जी ने भी बहुत उस पर एम्फेसिस दिया है कि टीचर की इज्जत को बरकरार रखना चाहिए। टीचर की इज्जत उसी वक्त बरकरार रह सकती है जबकि हमारा सिस्टम भी बाइज्जत हो जाए, और बाइज्जत करने के लिए हमें बहुत ही एफर्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे, और हमारी सरकार को भी एफर्ट्स करने पड़ेंगे। दे कैन नॉट कीप देयर हैंड्स ऑफ, यू नो। सो टू कम बैक टू दिस, दैट गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागो पाए, उसको करने के लिए हमें बड़ी मेहनत करने की आवश्यकता है। वी हैव टू वर्क वेरी वेरी हार्ड। विद दीज फ्यू वर्ड्स, आई डोंट नो वेदर आई हैव स्पोकन समथिंग रेलिवेंट और irrelevant, but I thought I will surely like to put it before my friends. And this faculty development program is very, very important. I repeat that before implementation of policy starts out, whether it is this way or the other way, all the teachers should be oriented how to implement what is the policy, what is their role. Unless they are oriented, the policy implementation would not be very successful. And therefore, whether it is teacher training program or any professional course, they should be oriented, and faculty development programs are very important and significant to do this job for teacher educators. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry that I've taken a little more time than what I was allotted to me. Thank you.
No, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot for doing the justice in the time also. You need not to say that you have exceeded the time. You are well elaborated all the points within the time. So thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable thought with all of us. It was really enriched and informative session. Sir, you have begun your talk by sharing that what policy is and whether we are familiar with the policy or not. And you also talked about in the beginning also and at the end of this session, at the end of your talk also, that what is the role of universities and the role of teachers in implementing the National Education Policy 2020. So we need to understand that. And for that, you have rightly said that orientation programs needs to be organized. And we really liked your words, sir, that you have stated in between the talk, जो वादा किया वो निभाना पड़ेगा. So that is really appreciable that we need to understand that whatever we are saying, we have to do that also. We have to look after all these matters, and we have to see also, you have rightly talked about the giving degrees to all the students. So we should not be like that. We have to give the degrees, but actually the main purpose is to enhance the knowledge of the students. And because we need to prepare the good teachers, and we need to, for preparing the good teachers, we need to prepare the good teacher educators. And you rightly said that, sir, a lot of committees will be formed for the effective implementations. And for that, we have to give the recommendations also. And there are some recommendations which are given in the policy also. You rightly, in fact, I should say, you strongly suggested that the teacher education structure needs to be restructured, and you have discussed about the various issues and challenges which are related with the teacher education. So we also have to think about all those issues and what we can do for you can say for solving those issues, so that we could not face any problems in our future. So really, sir, we feel honored to have you with us on this platform, and I'm sure that your words will inspire each of us to be the better versions of ourselves. And I also agree with your thoughts that all the participants. I want to conclude, sir, that you have told about the various issues and you have highlighted those. And on the behalf of all the participants, I must say that we all will be benefited from your breadth of knowledge and the depth of your expertise. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you. We are really grateful for your talk. Wonderful talk, sir. Thank you once again.
Anjali, we will say again, take the opportunity on behalf of our department, sir. आप दोनों का दिल से बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद. And your each word is a guiding force for us. It's a pace setter. आपने जो भी बोला वो हम सब के लिए एक दिशा निर्देशक है, और हम सभी प्रयास करेंगे वो जो आपने आज सारा का सारी बातें करी हैं इम्प्लीमेंटेशन से संबंधित, हम सब उनको अपना एक रोड मैप मान करके आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करेंगे, और डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से कोशिश करेंगे सर कि इसी प्रकार के और डेवलपमेंटल जो भी कार्य हों उनमें सदा आपका मार्गदर्शन मिलता रहे. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आप सभी को दीपावली की अग्रिम शुभकामनाएं.
एक बात हम 1 मिनट के लिए बोले क्या?
सर
जी सर.
देखिए मियां साहब ने बहुत ही संगीन विषय उठाए हैं.
जी सर.
और जो रोड मैप की बात आप कर रहे हैं, वो रोड मैप केवल सरकार का काम नहीं है, हम शिक्षाविदों का काम है.
बिल्कुल.
और पुनः मैं संज्ञान लूंगा प्रधानमंत्री जी के संबोधन का, जिन्होंने कहा था द गवर्नमेंट इज विथ यू, माय विल इज, द गवर्नमेंट्स विल इज विथ यू, आई एम विथ यू. व्हाट डिड ही मीन? यू कम फॉरवर्ड. और मोहम्मद मियां साहब ने साफ साफ कहा है हमको आगे आना चाहिए. मुझे याद आ रहा था जब मियां साहब बोल रहे थे, एक बड़ा अच्छा रिपोर्ट आया था, पीपल्स रिपोर्ट ऑन बेसिक एजुकेशन, प्रोब रिपोर्ट. पढ़ने लायक रिपोर्ट है प्राथमिक शिक्षा पर. Why not have a people's committee on teacher education? Let us invite Mihad Sahab to chair that people's committee on teacher education. Why should we leave it to the NCT and the government?
Yes.
Let us come forward, give our opinion to the government as people. आम आदमी की सलाह, आम शिक्षक की सलाह, आम शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण की सलाह एनसीटी कितने लोगों को इनवाइट करेगा? 10, 20, 25? लेकिन चलिए, हम जो शिक्षक हैं, शिक्षाविद हैं, हम पीपल्स रिपोर्ट ऑन टीचर एजुकेशन बनाएं, मियां साहब को हम आमंत्रित करें कि वो इसकी अध्यक्षता करें, और ऐसे ही 1 दर्जन लोग साथ बैठ करके हम बताएं कि शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण कैसा होगा। ये मेरी सलाह है। इतने सारे लोग सुन रहे हैं, आप अपने अपने जगहों पर भी ऐसी समितियां बनाएं और पीपल्स रिपोर्ट भेजें कि वो क्या चाहते हैं लोग। केवल एनसीटी बनाएगी? देखिए, 7 साल से एनसीटी को चेयरमैन नहीं है, कोई
Yes.
ब्यूरोक्रेट दिख रहा है जिसको कि कोई अंदाज नहीं है शिक्षा का और शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण का। ये प्रश्न तो उठाना ही पड़ेगा। तो हमको लगता है कि ऐसे प्रश्न भी उठाएं हम, और सरकार को खबर नहीं होती है। हम कई बार ऐसा मान लेते हैं कि ऐसा बोलने से सरकार नाराज होगी। कोई सरकार नाराज नहीं होती है। सरकार भी चाहती है कि हमें सही सलाह मिले। आप एक बड़े यूनिवर्सिटी के बड़े डिपार्टमेंट हैं, आप ऐसे प्रश्न उठाएं, आप ऐसे कोई फोरम तैयार करें और उसके माध्यम से हम अपनी सलाह भेजें, ताकि सरकार भी जाने कि हाँ, क्या सलाह हमको सुनना चाहिए। मेरा ये एक सलाह है, और आपके माध्यम से सारे जो पार्टिसिपेंट आज जो अटेंड कर रहे हैं उनको भी, कि आप जहां जहां भी हैं वहां बात करें कि आप क्या चाहते हैं और वो सलाह भेजें। धनंजय जी को भेजें ताकि वो उसका संज्ञान लेके आगे काम करें। बहुत बहुत आभार धनंजय। I have exceeded my brief, but then I thought I must do that.
नहीं सर, आई सेकंड योर थॉट सर। ये बहुत ही बढ़िया बात है, पीपल्स रिपोर्ट। हम लोग मिलकर के एक अपनी तरफ से कार्य करें, क्योंकि हर कार्य सरकार नहीं कर सकती। कुछ लोग, हम लोगों को भी आम जनता की तरह करना चाहिए। बहुत बड़ी आशा की गई है नई शिक्षा नीति में शिक्षक प्रशिक्षकों से, अध्यापकों से। जैसा कि आपने कहा कि मेडिकल, एग्रीकल्चर और किसी भी तरह उस एजुकेशन को, नई टीचर एजुकेशन को प्राइम इंपॉर्टेंस दिया गया है। तो ये समय जो है, ये मुझे लगता है बहुत अच्छा है कि अगर हम लोग एकजुट होकर के अपनी बात रखते हैं तो ये बहुत बड़ा प्रयास होगा। और इस वक्त मुझे लगता है अगर हम लोग अपनी रचनात्मक भूमिका निभाएं, यहाँ जिस मंच में जितने भी लोग हैं और आपके माध्यम से आप हमारा बोध करें, इसमें मोहम्मद मियां साहब, आप जैसे जो लोग हैं जो हमसे बड़ी पीढ़ी है, उनको मुझे लगता है कि आगे आना चाहिए। और हम सब इस पूरे यज्ञ में आपके साथ सर पूरी तरीके से जुड़े हुए हैं। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ सर आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रोफेसर मोहम्मद मियां साहब, सीबी शर्मा जी, और जितने पार्टिसिपेंट यहाँ पर मेरे बात सुन रहे हैं वो अपने विचारों को हमें मेल करें, और हमें लगता है इसको पूरा डॉक्यूमेंट करते हैं। केवल वेबिनार और एफडीपी केवल रिवाज ही नहीं होनी चाहिए, इसका आउटपुट आना चाहिए। हम एक इसकी आउटपुट रिपोर्ट निकालेंगे और हम आपको जितने बात है, रिकॉर्डिंग है इस वक्त की, हमारे पास रिकॉर्डेड मिनट्स हैं, आपकी पूरी सेशन रिकॉर्डेड है। अंजलि से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वो पूरी चीज थीम को जो है ना आप डॉक्यूमेंट करेंगी, और हम सब उसमें साथ मिलकर काम करेंगे और उसको फिर आगे बढ़ाया जाएगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपने अपना अमूल्य समय दिया। नमस्कार
जी, thank you so much, sir, for suggesting the ideas. CB Sharma sir, you have suggested good ideas. Mohammad Mia sir has also suggested these ideas, and definitely Dhananjay sir, we will work on that, and I will collect all the ideas which we will receive from the participants. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And I think by this, we have come to the end of this valedictory session. And before the formal vote of thanks, which will be delivered by Dr. Shalini Yadav, I want to invite if you permit, sir, I want to invite 1 or 2 participants to share their ideas regarding this. Their ideas, their experiences regarding this faculty development program. So in this regard,
बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कर्म है, उनको बुला लिया जाए और बड़ा संक्षिप्त में वो प्रस्तुत करें, क्योंकि दे आर द बेस्ट वन जिन्होंने जो अपनी बात रख सकते हैं।
जी sir, actually a lot of participants, they have requested us that we want to share the report, we want to share the experiences, but I think sir, we can take only 2-3. So for this, first of all, I want to invite Dr. Rajiv Ranjan Dwivedi ji. He is from Delhi Technical University. So I request the technical team to please sir को आप panelist बना दीजिए.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I've already made sir the panelist.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, it has been really a wonderful experience, fabulous experience, participating in this week-long FDP. And today is the last day, and I could see that all is well that ends well. Yesterday also we were having a word with Dr. Anjali, And she said tomorrow is the last day. I said it may be last, but not the least, with the speakers like Anup Trivedi sir, who created an altogether different aura at the last day of the session. And then we have Professor C.B. Sharma sir, and then Mohammad Mia Saab. It was really a wonderful FDP, ever attended by me also in particular. I could see the comprehensive range of subjects taken up in spelling out the issues of new education policy 2020, highly relevant. A lot of focus was on interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity in teaching and research, integrating the subjects together. And of course, challenges also were highlighted. And that's how the whole FDP had become critically engaging with the erudite treatment of the subjects. And I also take this opportunity to extend my heartiest thanks to the organizers, the chief patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor Saab.
I think there is some network issue also. Dr. Rajiv Ranjan is not visible.
Yes, ma'am. There might be some network issue because his voice was also breaking in between.
Yes, yes. So I think we can invite. Hello, Dr. Rajiv, we are audible to you? I think the voice is broken. So I think we can invite the other participants, sir. Dhananjay, sir.
Please.
Okay. So now I think there is some technical issue on the part of Dr. Rajiv Ranjan. So now I request the other participant, Dr. Preeti Goel, to share her experiences during the faculty development program. Dr. Preeti, if you can write hello in the chat box, so we can make you as a panelist.
Ma'am, she's already a panelist now.
Okay. Dr. Preeti, you are on mute mode. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Now it is fine.
Yeah. Now you are audible.
Good afternoon to all.
Thank you.
Sir, Preeti Goyal, HOD Satyam College of Education, Noida. Thanks for providing this opportunity to share my views about the FDP. Thanks to all the members of the organizing committee, especially Dr. Joshi sir and Anjali ma'am, for organizing such wonderful event, New Education Policy 2020, a roadmap for future India. Ample light was thrown on the different aspects on national education policy by different panelists. To make it more clear, each panelist was very informative, interactive. This FDP has definitely given us a clear picture about various perspectives of NEP. If all teachers are well aware of this objective of new education policy, only then they would be able to provide practical knowledge instead of just pushing them towards rote learning. This new education policy 2020 takes into consideration different fields like experiences, empirical research, stakeholders' feedback, and lesson from the best practices. All these matters were discussed in a very elaborative way. And definitely we come to know how we can tackle out all these things in our classroom and how we can make our teaching learning more effective. Definitely, if we follow this policy, we can provide qualitative education to the children who are in our country. Really, this FDP was very informative. I would like to attend such session again and again to enhance my knowledge related to current topics or the current issues which are persisting in our education system. I want to congratulate organizers from the core of my heart to organize such wonderful FDPs again and again. Thank you so much, and thanks for enhancing knowledge about FDPs, about new education policy. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Preeti ji,
Thank
for
you.
your enlightening words. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Ranjan Dwivedi ji. Thank you, Dr. Preeti Goyal, for sharing your experiences, your feedback from this faculty development program. So now I would like to request again Dr. Shalini Yadav to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
So much, Anjali. You can hear me?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And sorry, ma'am, just a minute. I want to request all the panelists to put your videos on so
Okay,
that we can have the screen.
Ranjit sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are visible, you are audible. I request all the panelists to please put
Anjali,
their
am I
videos
audible?
on. Yes, you are audible. Yes, ma'am, over to you. Shalini, ma'am, it's over to you. Please propose the vote of thanks.
Okay. Okay. Should I start with the vote of thanks now?
Yes. You are visible, you are audible also.
Okay, thank you so much. That's a good green signal. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, with the advent of the gender neutral language, has dropped saying ladies and gentlemen. So, everybody, I start with thanking our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Mahesh Verma, who has been a guiding force for all our endeavors, right? So, and he has given us a kind of environment which each one of us likes to, work. And all the pillars of the Dellers Commission, they stand absolutely accomplished when you look at his dynamic leadership. Then I thank our Dean, Professor Dhananjay Joshi, who has also given us so much of freedom to innovate, freedom to be, freedom to do. And I really thank him for, having trust in us and taking the baton handed over by Professor Sangeeta Chauhan and Professor Saroj Sharma forward, right? And I thank Anjali, who has so meticulously organized this. She says it's a collective effort, but believe me, ladies and gentlemen, it's 90% her effort, right? We are like Stephanie, and she has driven the entire on her shoulders with such precision and very well conducted. And I thank all the speakers who took their precious time and we did not have a single cancellation, which is a very important thing in such an event. I thank all of them, and especially the culmination of this 7-day FDP, where we had two great stalwarts in Professor C.V. Sharma, who brought on board the issue of having a committee which basically fills out all the important parameters which we need with reference to implementation of this policy with reference to teacher education, and not wait for the government alone. And Professor Mohammed Mia, who told me a very, very important issue, that you have to recognize 5 years and 4 years on one end, right? And we also have to see the 3 years integrated teacher education program, right? Who will do a 3-year education program, and who will, you have 2 years of BEd and 2 years of MA. So that also is something important to be deliberated upon. I thank my colleagues, Professor Chauhan, Dr. Amita Ahuja, and of course, you, and of course, Dhananjay sir is also a colleague and a team. And a friend. So thank you all of you, and I'll be feeling very duty, the office staff, Nepal, Odit, Nandalan, G, Preeti, I wish they were listening. And of course, the big round our technical support team, the 2 PhD scholars, Bani Preet Kaur as well as Mishra, and our MA scholars, Akriti, Samaya, Paras, Sweetie, Ashi, Radhika, Mansi Mehkar, Sulekha, Saloni, Meenakshi, Mansi Khatri, and Mehk. Ladies and gentlemen, this faculty development program has been a attendance, that it was a joy to organize it. It was a joy to have you all on board. And with these words, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalini.
Thank you. Thank you
very
so
much,
much.
Shalini. Thank you. धन्यवाद सर, सभी को दीपावली की बहुत बहुत अग्रिम शुभकामनाएं। आप सभी के लिए ये वर्ष दीपावली का की जो का दिन है ये हार्दिक मंगलमय हो, और भारतवर्ष के लिए भी ये जो दीपावली है हार्दिक शुभकामनाओं के साथ हम इस एचडीपी को अंत करेंगे। थैंक यू अंजलि।
Thank you, Dhananjay sir. Thank you for having faith in us and giving us the freedom and always guiding us that what to do, how to do, when to do. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you all the participants.
This is a teamwork.
Yeah. Okay. Technical team, one last thing, can you make the setting change so that we can interact with all the participants of the faculty development program so that they can unmute themselves and they can put their video on. We can have the screenshots. We can interact with each other. Lot of noise is coming.
जल्दी से चुन्नी दे। कोई बात नहीं।
Hello, participants. Now I think you can unmute yourselves. You can put your video on.
वीडियो ऑप्शन नहीं आ रही है मैडम।
Okay. अच्छा, वीडियो ऑप्शन नहीं आ रही है। Technical team, can we do that?
Yes, ma'am, we are on it.
Yes, please. बहुत दिन तक हमने सब कुछ बंद रखा है, एटलीस्ट आज तो हम ऑन करें, सबके साथ बातचीत करें। Actually, last year, faculty development program, we faced a lot of problems because there were lot of noise coming on the part of the participants. So that's why we have used a WebEx event this time. So now I invite all the participants to share your views if you want to say something. Dr. Neetu has written that we are not able to unmute.
Ma'am, we are making each and every participant a panelist right now. It's going on one by one, so it will take a bit.
Okay. Samira, you can take your time. I think within 5 years we can see Dr. Naresh Vats. Hello, sir. Hello. Yes.
My namaste to everyone. It's been almost 1.5 years that we've not been meeting. In fact,
we can see
I remember, I think the last year when COVID restrictions started, it was the USC who took the first step in organizing online events. I remember being a close team working together, and I fondly remember our last FDP. And now, since we have learned a little bit more about technology, so gradually we are getting better. And I mean, it's really very pleasant in this age now, learning technology. I think my colleagues of my age could understand this well. Of course, we are learning from our students. We are learning from, the very young faculty who are joining now. And I must thank and congratulate USC, Professor Dhananjay, Professor Anjali Shokeen, and everyone. Really, you've been putting a hard work. And I'm personally speaking, I feel that I am the biggest beneficiary of this FDP. सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे लगता है लाभ इस FDP का मुझे हुआ है, ये मेरा perception है, because I learned a lot listening to such visionaries and dignitaries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And I think now a lot of people we can see on the screen. I think many of us now we are in the panelist mode, so we can see each other, we can interact each other.
Very good afternoon, Anjali ma'am.
Good afternoon, Niti ji.
Ma'am, why this facility only at the end of the program? Why this facility? Why not in between? Why not in valedictory section?
Ma'am, already Dr. Niti, I have told sorry, I think in a few sessions, and I have told the reason also that it is very difficult to manage because in the last year we really faced a lot of problems. So that's why in this FDP we have used the event of WebEx because our university has given the access of this, and many departments they are already using this software in the event mode. Even in fact, I want to tell you that we are not aware of using this event. It's the only technical team, especially it's Banipreet. She is our PhD scholar. She learned, she discussed with the other departments that how we can use this WebEx event. And they have a great learning, and I think they have successfully run this WebEx event this time.
Definitely, ma'am, it was a wonderful program and wonderfully hosted by you. And thanks to your team, they were very good. And the best part is the timely started and timely everything was organized in time. But only thing was missing again, I will say that at least we should be a part of the valedictory session, at least. But anyway, it was a wonderful program. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I can see
अभी
Arshia.
अभी अनम्यूट खुलने के बाद ऐसा लग रहा है ना कोरोना कर्फ्यू में जो एकदम से छूट मिलती थी ना 7 बजे यू कैन गो टू मार्केट नाउ
Absolutely right, sir.
Yeah. So I can see Amit Ahuja sir is there here. I think Dhananjay sir has left. He is not there, na, Samayra?
Sangeeta ma'am, sir.
संगीता मैम, मुझे संगीता मैम भी नजर नहीं आ रहे हैं, अभी तो नजर आ रहे थे जस्ट अ सेकंड पहले।
मुझे
आपको छोड़ के मैं कहाँ जा सकती हूँ अंजलि मैम? मेरी आवाज ही सुनते अगर आप देख नहीं सकते हैं। मैं तो डॉक्टर नरेश वत्स को, नीति मैम को, माला, अर्शिया सारे लोगों को देखकर बहुत अच्छा लगा। मुझे बहुत आपके कारण हुआ अंजलि मैम।
जी जी, thank you, thank you everyone for always supporting us,
and I'm really thankful for providing such a wonderful experience, and we can hear the learned persons and know about in detail the new education policy. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Dhananjay sir. Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am, Anjali ma'am. These programs will be organized by the university frequently. Thank you.
There's a technical issue from Anjali ma'am's side. She's just joining.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yes. Sorry participants, एकदम से वो बैटरी लो हो गया और now again I have joined. So how was your experiences? We can see many participants now. If you want to say something.
बहुत अच्छा अनुभव रहा मैडम। आप लोग का।
चलिए, thank you so much. Thank you.
कभी
Any
आइए
any
अरुणाचल,
suggestion? Any
कभी अरुणाचल
suggestion you
आइए।
want to give us?
जी मैं लिखूंगा, लिख कर भेजूंगा।
ओके ओके। और अभी एक फीडबैक फॉर्म भी हमने सर्कुलेट कर दिया है,
भर
उसको
दिए।
आप प्लीज फिल कर दीजिएगा। और विद इन अ वीक, आई डोंट थिंक कि हम 1 वीक से ज्यादा टाइम लेंगे। 1 वीक में आप सबको सर्टिफिकेट्स भी ऑल्सो मेल यू, एंड फॉर दैट you need to fill this feedback form, because the name and the institute you have to write in this form, and it will come same in your certificates also.
थैंक यू मैडम।
जी, थैंक यू आकाश जी। आपका बहुत इंटरेक्शंस बीच में बहुत रहता था, आपने क्वेश्चंस भी पूछे, और आई थिंक ऑन एवरी डे you have written something on the chat box. By appreciating and by asking the questions also. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam.
In fact, Dr. Neeti also, she is also active participant during the faculty development program. Preeti Goel also, Rajiv ji also, Shweta, and please forgive me if I am not able to like recall the all names. So thank you very much. I think now we can end the session. We can leave now. Yes, Arshia, we can see you.
Afternoon,
Sorry,
ma'am.
I couldn't take your call in between. I think you have called before 4 days, but I was so busy now, I couldn't take that call.
That's all right. That's all right. I just want to
And congratulations to be the part of the teacher education now. You have become the teacher educators. So congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you,
And I
ma'am.
want to tell you, Arshia Rai is our student, our M.Ed scholar. And now she has joined as a teacher educator.
Yes, ma'am.
So best wishes to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is all. I really want to today take this opportunity. If all of you are there, I hope Amit sir, Shalini ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, Dhananjay sir, everybody, all the faculty is listening. This moment is, I think, very precious to me. It is the very first time I have joined as a faculty, and just 2 months back, till 2 months back, I was your student, and now I feel privileged to be welcomed with such a lovely event into this as a part of the family, teacher education family, I should say. We are all members, and I have joined Linghia's ma'am, Linghia's Lalita Devi Institute as assistant professor in Department of Education, and it wouldn't have been possible without your blessings, all your blessings, your support.
Always with you.
And special thank you to you. You have been my mentor. You have guided me. I should say more than expected, and all the faculty, in fact, at every step. Dr. Amit, Dr. Shalini, you all have been so nice, and it is good to meet people from the same institution. We have lots to share about our faculty with my colleagues who have been your students at some point or the other. And it feels good. And in fact, the event, I must congratulate the entire team, especially the technical team. I must say,
Technical team.
Seamless. Yeah, I think online event that has been conducted. Otherwise, ma'am knows, and we all have witnessed the last 1.5 year in online events. There can be so much chaos, there can be so much of confusion, but you have all been very, I think, technically efficient, I should say, in doing things.
Technically efficient, technically sound. So special thanks to our technical team. And thank you, Arshia. God bless you always.
Yes. Especially Bani Preeti, I can see. Thank you very much. And it was a great event. Very, very informative. And I hope we are able to take the teachings back and we are able to apply it in our practice as well.
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much.
think very
It was
soon.
lovely.
Very soon, maybe in 1 month only. Yes. Okay, so any other participants who want to share something, you want to suggest something regarding the faculty development program, you are most welcome. Yes, I can see Dr. Umakant. You are
नमस्कार
also
मैडम
very active participants for all the days. We
जी
have
हाँ
seen
हाँ
a lot of comments, questions in the chat box. I think on daily you have written something on chat box. So thank you,
नमस्कार मैडम
Umakant.
जी सबसे पहले तो
नमस्कार
आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने जो है हम लोगों को अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया इस
अरे नहीं नहीं नहीं
एफडीपी में
थैंक यू
पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए और जितना बेहतर तरीके से जो है एकदम ब्यूटीफुली जो है आपने जिस तरीके से होस्ट किया वो काबिले तारीफ था और जो टेक्निकल टीम के जो मेंबर्स हैं उन्होंने भी काफी बेहतरीन काम किया। इवन जो है लास्ट मोमेंट में मैं देख रहा था कि सबको अनम्यूट कर दिया गया और फिर भी जो है शायद लोग जो है वीडियो और ऑडियो ऑन नहीं कर पा रहे थे, फिर इन लोगों ने जो है सबको पैनलिस्ट बना दिया। तो ये मतलब काफी बेहतरीन इन लोगों का भी प्रयास रहा। और इस एफडीपी में काफी जो क्वेश्चन थे उनका समाधान हुआ, लेकिन कुछ क्वेश्चन छूट गए जिनका लग रहा है कि हम लोग की भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि इन सारे सवालों के जवाब जो है हम खुद से ढूंढे और हमारा भी प्रयास जो है उस तरीके से होना चाहिए। लेकिन एक बात मैं जरूर कहूँगा कि जो एनईपी 2020 के लगभग हर इशू को आपने जो है इस एफडीपी के माध्यम से टच किया और एनईपी के जो बारीकियां जो थी इसको कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे और इसमें क्या क्या चीजें नहीं लिखी हुई है। जैसे मैं डॉक्टर कनक मैडम को सुन रहा था तो उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बोली कि कुछ चीजें ऐसी भी है जो नहीं लिखी हुई है, जो अनरिटन डॉक्यूमेंट हैं उनको भी जो है हमको सोचना है, उनके बारे में डिस्कस करना है। तो ओवरऑल जो है ये एफडीपी जो है मेरे लिए काफ़ी लाभकारी रहा और फिर से मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद भी देना चाहूँगा और अपना शुभेच्छा भी प्रकट करना चाहूँगा। और मेरे तरफ से बहुत बहुत सारी बात जो है कि आप फ्यूचर में भी इस तरीके का इवेंट जो है ऑर्गेनाइज करते रहें। और मुझे लग रहा है कि से भी ऑर्गेनाइज किया था तो उस समय मैं ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया था, लेकिन इस बार मुझे अवसर मिला और मौका भी मिला तो कुछ सीखने को मिला।
Thank you, Umakant ji. Thank you for joining this faculty development program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
With the support of all the faculty members in our department, whether Professor Dhananjay, Professor Sangeeta ma'am, Dr. Shalini, Dr. Amit Ahuja, हमें सबका बहुत हम लोगों ने मिलजुल के ये इवेंट को कराया और हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ थी वो हमारे ये स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने हर एक चीज को बहुत अच्छे से देखा है। सो थैंक यू वंस अगेन।
मैडम हमारे यहाँ हमारे हेड जो है पहले साहू सर थे, वो बराबर कहा करते हैं कि हम लोग नाव पे चलते हैं लेकिन नाव के जो खवैया जो होते हैं, नाव को जो चलाने वाले होते हैं, ये हमारे स्टूडेंट ही होते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, इनके बिना तो हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं। हमें कोई भी प्रोग्राम करना है, कुछ भी करना है तो दे आर अवर स्ट्रेंथ, बेसिकली दे आर द पिलर।
पूरे ये हमारे अस्त्र शस्त्र हैं, इनके बिना हम कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे, निशस्त्र हो जाएंगे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आई एग्री विद योर पॉइंट जी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
So now you managed पूरा time मतलब throughout the FDP program you literally provided us your time, support, everything and
अरे नहीं बेटा, वो सब लोग जो हैं उन्होंने दिन रात काम किया है। We all are as a team. I think we all have worked hard. It's not an event for like 1 or 2 people they have organized. It's a whole team और मिलके ही काम होता है हमेशा। Thank you.